because my daughter's walking down the stairs, not realizing that I'm online. Say hi to the students. No, I don't have the camera on. They don't want to look at my ugly face. Okay, go away. Okay. So anyway, welcome. This is my SolidWorks course for the spring semester 2023. Um, so there's, I guess, to start with, issues with the textbooks. It's been pointed out to me that I did a very lousy job of updating the syllabus. And if you go to the syllabi, where is it? Where's the button? There's the syllabus. I moved all these buttons around. Now I can't find anything. If you follow this ISBN number, it takes you to a 2020 version. Yeah, see right there, 2020 version of the textbook. I should have updated that to the most current version we're running. Okay, well, I won't get into the details, but we here at the community college are running 1 year behind uh, the actual releases in SolidWorks. I mean, 2023 is out now, but you will have access to 2022. Although I do think, oh, don't do that. It gives you headaches. I think if you go into the just somewhere in here, in the announcements, there is a linkage to take you to the SolidWorks stage page to get a copy of SolidWorks. Student copy. They list it for 2 years, and I think the 2022-2023 version is available. Go ahead and install that one. I think that's what I'm running because mine says 2022. Um, and the textbooks will be fine. And I do know that I think it was Dylan here asked about the 2014. I will look and see if it'll be appropriate um, uh, for this course. I mean, oh crud, that's not a good sound to hear. So if you hear the vacuuming, that's because my basement just flooded. Um, where was I? I don't know.
Textbooks.
So yeah, so the textbooks. So if you haven't gotten one yet and don't have access to an older version, get whichever one, 2020, 2021, 2022. They'll all work. They all have the same features because we don't get into the heavy, um, the advanced modeling features. We'll teach you how to do a 3D model of a part, bring the part in, do an assembly, make drawings and videos and stuff like that. One thing I am going to investigate this semester, and hopefully I will have results within the next week or two, and that's with your copy of SolidWorks from the Salt Lake Community College gives you a free access to the student version of the Certified SolidWorks Professional. And it was asked of me last semester if I was going to make that required in my class, but I want to get in and see what's on that exam. I've done the certified professional one, but not the academia one. And I'd hate to have you guys go in there thinking you're prepped, ready to take this exam and find out that 70% of it is stuff we didn't cover, because that just wastes your time and somebody else's money. So I will get in and find out about the certified solid work professional academic. And if I feel that you guys learned enough during the semester to pass that, I may make that a prerequisite for instead of a final exam, have you do that. Um,
Is that is that the difference between CSWA and CSWP? Is that what you're
yeah,
talking about?
yes,
Oh,
yes. Um, and like I said, but I need to, because it's like $100 to do it. And oh, I got a squeaky chair. Um, and I don't know. But within the next couple of weeks, I'll have more details on that. I'm putting the time frame on here, 2 weeks. There we go. So anyway, so this is our Canvas website for this course. It was set up many years ago, and I have not updated any of the videos, and I apologize for that. It's just so stinking hard to keep up with the changes in SolidWorks to create a new set of videos. I will be doing some research, see if I can find some more updated videos. Um, but there are some videos here. Um, Obviously, they're YouTube videos. Oh, good. Yes. Video on a video is private. Oh, sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some serious quick searching for and get you guys up to speed on videos. Um, Damn. I had to completely redesign my MATLAB um, Canvas site, and it took me like an entire week to do it. And of course, I waited a week until classes started to start, so I didn't get as much time to put into this course. That's no excuse. I mean, I'm getting paid to do what I needed to do to. Um, so dang. Um, so yeah, I'll get the videos coming up quick. One assignment that's coming up that you guys need to be aware of is this assignment here, which is due on where is the due date on this? Uh, January 27th. And basically, what it is you need to design, not design, well, design and model some real world project. And as you go through here, you can see some of the ones that have been done before. Um, I forget what this was. I think this was a slide out drawer. This one here, you look at that and you wonder, what the freak is that? And what it is it's a cat tree. And the student put their desk, was going to put their desk underneath here. So this goes up an 8-foot wall across the top of the desk, down the stairs. I told them, when you get that built, send me some pictures. So this was, I think this is a hard jack, skateboard, slide. This was um, I think it was a hydro uh, device, spare tire. This was a firing pin, I think. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. Desk clamp. Unfortunately, I had two students do this model. Uh, this one, you probably can tell, was from a military student. I had two Swiss Army knives that same semester, and then a front end. I haven't posted the best from last semester. Actually had one student do a model of the Scooby-Doo mystery van, and another one do a Lego person. Um, those are the ones that stand out. There were some pretty good last semester too. Um, so what you need to do by the 27th, obviously you're not going to be in the class enough to actually start making parts and models. I just want an idea from you of what you plan on doing. It's been my experience with both, well, not both, with my collegiate career, my children, and a lot of my students, that they tend to wait until the very last minute to start prepping and doing things, and then don't get it done. So that's why there's this check, and then midpoint, there's another check to make sure you're actually doing stuff on it. But for this one, just a sketch on a piece of paper, a little paragraph about what you intend to do. It must include 6 unique parts. A unique part means that they're different shapes, not just different sizes. I had one student on the first semester I did this, uh, modeled a table, and it was completely comprised of 6 different rectangular models with just different dimensions. And I want to see that you're able to, crud. um, actually able to model in SolidWorks. Um, so, yeah, damn, this flood's worse than I thought. Um, and there's got to be some assemblies and drawings and, all the instructions in here and the samples. Um, tell you, 2023 is not a good year. I'm ready for it to be over. Um, so yeah, anyway, sorry, that's been a real downer. Oh yeah, and if when you're building these things, like all these little nuts and bolts and stuff, you don't have to model each of those. If you go onto McMaster-Carr's website, you can download models that are already created and import them into your assembly. I do that all the time. In fact, SolidWorks has a built-in toolbox where it has a huge library of parts, and I I I don't use it. I refuse to use it. I don't like it. I've created my own library just off of McMaster-Carr parts, and there are some people in my office that don't like that. Where'd everybody go? Oh, there you are. Why did that go away? That's odd. Is anybody still there? Or did I lose y'all?
I'm
Still
here.
here.
Okay.
Still here.
It just all of a sudden my list disappeared. Poof. Where did it go? Sorry, I'm freaking out about the flooding in my basement. So, um,
It disappeared for me too.
yeah, that's weird. I've never had that happen before. So yeah, so just be aware of that. So the assignments, um, uh, there, um, the way the assignments are set up is each workbook and the text is broken up into like 10 different workbooks. There's two workbooks we don't do because they deal with 3D printing, is one, and the other one I think was simulation. I don't know why we don't do the simulation. I think it'd be good for you to get in and do that, but I just do what I'm told and whine about it as I'm doing it. Um, Part evaluations and configurations. So yeah, that's one we don't do. Chapter 6, which I think is, yeah, and chapter 7, stress and thermal analysis. Um, so anyway, the assignments are in the text, but there's two of them. There are 4 assignments generally for each work assignment. 2 of them are directly in the text. They walk you through step by step on how to model them, and then 2 are the assignments at the end of the chapter. Um, I did have one issue last semester. The reason you are taking this course is so that you can learn how to model parts in SolidWorks. It's right in the title, SolidWorks. I had one student last semester do his final project using AutoCAD and then just copied the parts over into SolidWorks. To me, that totally defeats the purpose of taking my course. And he says, well, I already knew how to do AutoCAD. That doesn't matter. You are here to learn how to use SolidWorks. So you just, um, if you're going to do that, plan on not getting full credit for your projects. Um, I hate to do that, but I realize that as an engineer, you're going to use whatever resources are available to you. But the purpose of this course is to learn how to use SolidWorks. Um, one other thing that I've been doing in last semester got totally and completely abused is that unfortunately in your MEE 1000 course, you'll also have a project to do in that class. In the past, I have allowed the students to use that project for this course as well. Um, but and there were some conditions placed upon that, and I had half a dozen students last semester start out saying they were going to do something else and then didn't do it, and then at the very last minute, oh well, I'm going to use my project from ME 10,000, and they didn't have any of the prerequisites required to be able to do that. So I'm not even going to make it an option this semester. I'm not asking you to model the space shuttle. I just want something simple that has at least 6 parts in it. Um, yeah, I don't have that anymore, but some of those were quite complex. But like the rifle and scope, there was a lot of detail put into that scope. So, yeah. Any questions, comments, wants, needs, desires, concerns, complaints?
So is the general sort of workflow per week, like we go in and look at modules and kind of work our way through them, or is it just on
Yeah.
our own
Um,
everyday?
so I will make myself available to you guys once a week, whichever day and time works best for the majority of you. I know that you guys, well, I don't know. I think I'm maybe the only one teaching this lab this semester. But I know in the past that the students take the class online because they can't fit it into their busy schedules, and just to expect a class of I don't know how many students we got in this class this semester. I don't know. You're the teacher. Somebody keeps moving all my stuff around. There it is. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, I got a grundle of students. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 students. And to get all 20 of you to show up at the same time on the same day is just not going to happen. So whichever day works best for the majority of you, as a set time. Now, if we decide that okay, we're going to do Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, that's fine. But if on Tuesday you need help, just reach out to me. Send me a message in um, Canvas, and I'll meet you whenever you can. There are some times during the day that I can sneak away from my office and meet online with you. Um, I'm here to help y'all. Um, but it just seems like SolidWorks is one class that people don't reach out to me very much. I'm guessing that's because, well, I like to think of it as because I'm such a fantastic instructor that you guys just don't need my help. That's what makes me sleep at night. Um, there'll be at least one midterm about halfway through. Basically, what it'll do is I'll give you 3 drawings, and you'll go into SolidWorks and model the parts off of those drawings. And they'll be graded for accuracy, dimension, fully defined sketches, and stuff like that. So uh, uh, there are some videos that I've posted that are very helpful, and I suggest, speaking with students last semester, they watch the videos at the beginning of the semester, and then halfway through, when they get into Canvas, they forgot all about the videos. So down here is a link for other videos, and there's I mean this one here you can watch, but fully defined sketches and the tips and tricks are probably the 2 best videos up there. This cable spool is just me going through showing you how I would model that cable spool. I'm not sure which problem that is. Um, uh, but the tips and tricks teaches some really nifty stuff, and I'll show you here a little bit. In fact, I think that's all we need to do in Canvas. Um, so I got my SolidWorks open here. So this is my SolidWorks 2022. It's a student version, as you can see down here. Student version, academic use only. So to start modeling a new part in SolidWorks, you click on this piece of paper up here and tell it you want to do a part, and it'll open up the window for modeling pots. Now, prior to this version of SolidWorks, my laptop worked great. But with this version, it is slower than molasses in December. Um, and it's very frustrating. Um, so anyway, you get into your part here, and you can pick any flat surface in SolidWorks, whether it be a plane or an actual surface on a part. So we'll click on the flat front plane because we don't have a surface, and we're going to come up here and use a boss extrude. and now we're in sketch mode. The toolbar will change to whatever you're in. If you're in sketch, it'll have the sketch toolbar. If you're in assembly, it'll have assembly. If you're in drawings, it'll have drawing. And so now you just sketch. Now you can come up here and click on these shapes, and it'll draw those shapes. And you notice I have it set up for snap, so that's going to snap right to the center of that. And then I just left mouse, drag, and draw the circle. Now I could come over here and hit the dimension tool to dimension that, but I'm lazy. So I hold the left or the right mouse button and move my mouse, and it brings up this window of tools. I have mine set for what, 12. You can do 4, 8, or 12. I wish I could do more than 12, but 12 is max. So I'm going to take this and put a dimension on this circle. See how slow it is? And that's not the connection. It's freaking SolidWorks. And so it thinks I drew a 5.88 inch diameter circle, but I only wanted a ½ inch. So I type in a ½ inch and hit it. And it just scaled everything down to where that's now a ½ inch circle. And now you'll notice that the sketch line is black when it's not highlighted orange. It's black. That means it's fully defined. If we have a blue line, blue ones are not fully defined. And the difference being is if I grab this black one and try and drag it anywhere, it won't move. But if I grab the blue one, I can make it go bigger and smaller because it's not fully defined. If I didn't make it snap to the center point, I'd be able to move it anywhere in space. So like if I drew a circle over here, I can drag that anywhere I want because it's not fully defined. And then we'll put a dimension on this guy here. Let me show you something cool on dimensioning circles. Okay, so I just picked that and minted it out, but let's say I wanted a distance between this one and that one. So if we pull up our dimension tool, come on, give me the dimension tool, there it is, and pick that circle and that circle, how do you teach a class when your freaking computer's so stinking slow? There we go. And now it's giving me the distance between them. And so let's go 75 thou. Is that cool or what? Say, yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
So let's say here, if we wanted to do a straight line and put a square knob on the end of there. Actually, let's show you some mates here. Okay, so let's say that I drew this line here, but I wanted that to be horizontal. But it's not, it's at an angle. I mean, I could eyeball it. But if you click on the line, this little toolbox not going to open up for me because it wants me to look like a fool. But over here, you have these relations. I can say that that's horizontal, and it just popped. Now it's horizontal. Now let's say, oops, we want to have the distance from here to here be the 75 thousandths to match it. So we're going to do a dimension. We're going to pick that line and this line and do a line up here, dimension. Come on, come on, you can do it. I know you can. I give you a cookie if you do it. It'll almost be quicker to do this on all access. Okay, but wait a minute. I wanted to go from here to there. How do I do that? Well, it's very easy. You click on the dimension and you come over here to leaders and you can come down here and you can go from the center. You can do maximum, which gives you the maximum distance, or the minimum, which gives you the shortest distance. And then we can just double click that until we want it at 75. Is that cool or what? Now, let's say, okay, so now there's this trim tool. And if you have it on power trim, it'll trim whatever line you go across when it feels like it's ready to work. So it trim that one off, trim that one off, trim that off, and now I got a hub there. So now if I wanted these to be symmetric about this origin, there's two ways we could do it. One way is to draw a line here, chink. see if you can watch that when it snaps the horizontal. And then I'm going to grab that line and do the right mouse and drag and come to this, and that changes it from a line to a center line. And then if I select that point, this line, not point, but and that line, so those three lines, and come over here and tell it to be symmetric. Now it's is that cool or what? Say, yeah, that's cool, dude. I haven't seen anything like that in years. And then we'll do a 250 dimension on that. And then when we're done, we just close the sketch. And if you know how far you want to go, you just put in the numbers. Come on, come on, get over here. You kumquat. Or you can grab this arrow, make it longer, um, whatever you want, and 0.5, make it a ½ inch long. And there's our little doodad. Now, if we wanted to do something on this one, on this surface here, we click that surface, and let's say we want to put a cut in it. And this button brings it orthogonal to the screen or parallel to the screen. Come on, go to, oh, you kumquat. There it goes. And then let's put a hexagonal in here. Again, so everything is blue because it's totally undefined. I mean, I can move it anywhere I want in space. I can rotate my hex around. Well, if the point was fixed, I can go bigger and smaller. So let's start by putting this in the middle of this flat surface. So another way to get to the center line is to come over here to this guy here and hit that black arrow and go to center line. Now, if you snap that to the center point and come down here and go to that center point, that line will be totally black because it's fixed midpoint on that line and that line, so it can't move anywhere. And then if we take this center point and well, if we just select that and control select this, this window pops up and this is the midpoint and it goes in there. And now it can't move in space, but it can still rotate and go in bigger and bigger in size. So if we want to stop the rotation, we can pick this guy here and tell it to be horizontal. And then fixed size, we go from flat to flat and make it an 1/8 inch. And then we just want to go through the this side. We don't want to go all the way through. So, okay, so we'll click on the cut extrude. We go from blind to up to next. And we'll cut through everything until it gets to the next surface. Cool, eh? I know I went through that pretty fast. And I don't expect you to remember most of that. But hopefully something sticks. Any questions?
It says somewhere there's going to be computers at the school
Okay.
that we can.
I need to go get my basement cleaned. This water is just driving me nuts. So I can't do it. So I'm going to cut this short. If you have any questions, I will definitely get, as soon as I get the water picked up, start
I
getting
have
some videos.
I have one question
I'll
super
have
fast.
a new
Sorry.
video for the first few chapters up by the end of this week, and then the rest of the semester before you actually get to needing them. Then I apologize for not having them ready for you on the first day. I cannot hear you. If you guys can hear me, can you hear me? You can hear me, but I can't hear you guys. Oh, crud. Man, I tell you, when it rains, it storms. Okay, quick questions. Nick has a question. Nick, what's your question? Um, when I selected this surface, let's by selecting the surface before telling MATLAB, not MATLAB, SolidWorks what I want to do, it's going to use that as my sketch plane. And now if I want to do a cut, it's going to take that plane and do everything from that plane. So if I wanted to cut a hole in it, I'd have to wait 20 minutes for my computer to catch up to me. And then cut. Why aren't you? I think Holly needs to buy me a new computer, and then we'll just take this one to go through all. So that goes all the way through the thing. And we could also, if we didn't want to do it, no, wait a minute, we didn't want to do a cut. We can delete just the process, leaving the sketch, and say we wanted to do a build. Can't do a blue through all, but we can do an extrusion. Does that answer your question? And like I say, any flat surface can be used as a sketch plane, either flat surface on your part or planes. And we can get in in Canvas on the announcement I made about this meeting tonight. First online, go ahead and make comments in here as to when, or send me a personal email. Or maybe I'll just do another announcement so that everybody who's not here tonight can actually know what we're doing. That would probably be best. That and processing this video. I'll process the video and get it posted tonight. Okay. I apologize for dumping out early. I didn't realize there was water in the basement. Or I should have been doing that instead of sitting here watching Hulu. So, all right. Yeah, good luck. And like I say, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I get paid to help you guys. So, yeah, I think every one of you need to come over and take 10 gallons of water out of my basement.